going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel and another video. So I'm here with the Rad Whip, and yeah, I have all this right here. Here, let me show you. I have all this right here that was sent to me by Bavsound. Huge thank you to Bavsound for this. This is insane, guys. Insane. Especially this like toolkit thing that came. I mean, gosh, it came with all the tools you possibly need to install the system into the car. So today, you know, the other day I uploaded a video, or a couple weeks ago, on the front of the car, right, with the tweeter, the mid-range, and we did both sides. So I hope that you can see this video. If not, then hey, click, I think it's up here, click up here, and you'll see that video if you haven't seen it yet. But I'm pretty excited because now I'm gonna do this one over here, the rear panels. So you have two tweeters, two mid-range, and I'm pretty excited because now I might get like almost 80% of what Bavsound sounds like, right? I still have subwoofers to install and also the mid-range on top of the dash. So I think I'm like 80% there. I'm gonna see how far I can get today, but I do want to take you guys along for the journey. So we're gonna remove that door panel, install the mid-range, the tweeters, and just do a comparison now that I'm almost like 80% of the way there. But guys, look, if you want to upgrade your sound system, hit up Bavsound, right? Their link is down here. Go to my description. You can see the exact sound system that I have right here. This is the stage 1 upgrade, right, by Bavsound. Right now I'm running Harman Kardon, not Harman and Kardon, but it's Harman Kardon, right? And it's great, you know, but I'm experiencing some rattling noises from the rear side, and I even took it into BMW, and they said they repaired it, but still no luck. It still sounds rattly. And maybe that's just how Harman Kardon sounds like. I don't know. It's good sound, but I don't know. I'm a different type of taste. So, guys, hit up Bavsound. Let them know you saw this video, and well, let's get on with the install, yeah. Joining me on this install is the one and only Aqua the Westie. What's up, bud? You don't want to chill on your bed? All right. So it looks like the first thing we got to do, same thing as we did with the front panel, is take off this piece of trim right here, and there should be like 2 bolts holding it. And then there's gonna be like some clips all around the edges of the door that you can just pry out, right? You have a bolt right here, and I believe it's a T25. And which, guess what? The one that Bavsound sent me, yeah, it came with the T25. So let me see, test fit, yep, T25. So T25 seems pretty standard all around on these panels, so it's a handy bolt to have, guys. Yeah, let's get to it. Another cool thing about this is that it's magnetic. Look at that, you can grab your torque bits so easy, guys, yeah. Alright, so right off the back you have these clips right here that just come off, and then you lift up, right? And then as you can see in here, you have the speaker that's plugged in, so what we're going to do is remove this. The door panel is off, and let me kind of break down for you what we had to do here. So, obviously I had to unplug the woofer right here, right, from the mid-range speaker, which is up here. There's also this right here that goes into this little adapter right here. I'm not sure what that's for. I'm guessing it's for the LED light that comes down here. So you have to unplug a few things, right? And it's kind of, I wanted to just turn it around and flip it down like we did the first video, but unfortunately because it's very tight and the cable isn't giving enough slack, I had to unplug everything. So for the most part, you have 3 things to unplug. It's not that hard, you just have to unplug it from everything here, but for the most part, it gives me space to work and take off the tweeter and to remove that mid-range woofer right there. So let's get started, and yeah, I'm excited. Let's do it. This time around, we're going to be using a T20, and there's 3 screws you got to remove from here. Guys, just look at this comparison. I mean, gosh, on the right you have Harman Kardon, Bavsound. I mean, just the weight difference and the magnet size is huge. I mean, let me flip it backwards. Let me see. Little magnet, big magnet. I mean, it's just night and day difference, guys. It just feels so much sturdier, so I'm excited. Putting these Harman Kardon back in the box. Okay, so on the tweeter side, let me see if I can focus up real quick. So I'm going to use these little pick tool that they sent over because there's glue right here, here, and here. So I'm just going to pick out the glue and take off the tweeter basically. So let's go do that. I will say that BMW is not making our lives easier to remove this. I mean, there was glue all around here, at least 3 points of glue, and I think they overdid it at one point. But yeah, guys, so it's finally off. You could just like shove your pick tool like over here and just like pop it out, and it'll just release, right? So what we're gonna do is just take our Bavsound, big difference, right? Yeah, let's get this one out of the way and install it, which I believe is easy as just like popping it in. So let's do that. Dude, wow. Okay, well, it's in. And I'm just gonna make it look nice and neat. Let's do that. Here it is, a tweeter is installed, right, which is a good thing. And here, it's a couple of tricky things, right? You no longer need this cable because it's just an adjacent cable that extends from here to the tweeter that lives here, right, which is that one over there, right? But you don't need it anymore. So you could possibly remove it and use these little cords to kind of organize your cable. So let's do that. So one thing I've learned when doing these types of installs, I basically ran these cables from the speaker inward, and I ripped a hole over here on this gummy pad from an outlet from the panel out to here, so that way I could put it nice and tight over here and it's away from the window. So what I'm gonna do is basically do a window test and see if any of the cables that I ran from the back cause any issues. So let's do that. Okay, so we passed the window test, which means none of these wires that I ran through the back is gonna cause friction or get stuck there, which is great. All right, guys, I'm gonna show you the process. This is the wire from the tweeter that goes into the black end of the woofer. Now this one, again, it's useless now because you no longer have the factory one connecting to the tweeter, right, which is right here. So ignore this and grab the other blue cable and plug it into the green cable from the woofer, right? So I hope that makes sense. Don't connect it to here because it's just not gonna be connected to anything anymore. All right, fam, so we got everything plugged in. Let me see if I can show you what I did. All the cables are back in its place. It did take some workaround to get it all plugged in, but hey, for the most part, all the cables are back into its place. It's just a matter of connecting them back where they belong. And that's it. Now what we're gonna do is just clip the door back on and do a test before we officially clamp the door in. So let's do that. All right, so we ran a final test. Both tweeters and woofer works phenomenal. And what I did to test it out is that on the iDrive, I actually, with the fader and the balance, I made it where it only played on this side only, right? And you could do that by changing the balance and the fader, put it on the rear left side and just crank it, and guys, nothing at all, no problems, such an easy install. So I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. So guys, get ready for an overall 80% review of Bavsound. Make sure you subscribe and hit that bell notification because next week I'm uploading my review on this sound system. Thanks a lot, guys. Thank you for support. Bavsound, thank you once again, and I'll see you next week, fam.